welcome Andy Kim. When I was in college, I learned that if you wear the same pair of boxers for 4 weeks in a row in a hot and humid jungle, they will invariably smell like Taco Bell. I do. You see, I was a missionary. You know, one of those guys who goes to the foreign lands and saves souls for Jesus. It started my freshman year. I was a gung-ho Christian. I wanted to save the world one soul at a time, so I packed up my bags and I went to Guinea in West Africa for 8 weeks. And I got off the plane onto the tarmac in Conakry, the capital city, and I felt like the Korean Jesus. I was ready. I was ready to do this. And then I realized that Air France had lost my bag. So I would spend 8 weeks in a rural African jungle with just the clothes on my back. But it's okay. Regular Jesus didn't have bags, so Korean Jesus should be okay too. So we drive 15 hours to the state of Faranat, and I'm getting ready to go. The villagers welcome me. I'm with 2 other teammates, and we are ready for some soul-saving action. And they put us to work as rice farmers. And this suburban body was not meant to farm rice, okay? I had this heavy, rusted plow, this old, decrepit ox. I was pushing it around, and it was the hardest work I had ever done in my life. And I did it for 4 weeks, every day. No soul saving, no Korean Jesus, just rice farming. And I wanted to go home. And my bag still hadn't come, and I was wearing the same clothes. I had not changed. It had fused to my skin. It got to the point where I was hot, sweaty, sticky. I felt like I was perpetually covered in mosquitoes and flies. And I said, screw this. I'm taking a shower, a bucket shower. I peel off my clothes. I scrape off my boxers. And in a moment of utter pitifulness, I thought about smelling my boxers. And I did, right? And it smelled exactly like Taco Bell. And I just wanted to go home. No more Korean Jesus, just Taco Bell. I thought that was the lowest point, and it got hot, but it got hotter and hotter. It was the dry season in Guinea, and my body started overheating, and I didn't know at the time, but I had contracted malaria. And malaria starts off kind of benign, a little cold, then fever, then chills, then convulsions, and the worst night was July 22nd. I started hallucinating. And for a church boy like me, that's the closest thing to LSD that I've ever had. I wish I could go into it. But I woke up in a pool of my own sweat, weeping, and I had a hallucinative episode, and I just screamed, oh God, oh God. And I was scared, I was lonely, and I really just wanted to go home. My teammates called for emergency evac when my fever reached 107 degrees. I don't remember what happened after that, but I was taken to a regional hospital 3 hours away. This kind doctor, stabbed me in my ass with what felt like a samurai sword, and I woke up 3 days later, a broken, weak, depressed mess in the missionary's home. And I came home, confused. I felt like a failure. Asian Jesus wouldn't do that, But I knew something was different the first time I went to a grocery store coming back to the States. I walked inside and I broke down in tears. And I realized that if I had some of the friends from Guinea that I met, if they were with me, I had no idea how to explain to them the existence of this place because I had seen such poverty. And a few weeks later, my body started to heat up again. And my malaria came back. And I felt the same symptoms. But this time, it was different. I was in a guitar center. In America, we have centers for guitars. And I called my mom. She drove me to Lutheran General Hospital. It was a quick, easy checkup, and it was like I had the common cold. And as I was recovering in my mom's room, I had this startling realization. I am not Korean Jesus. I went into Guinea an eager, well-intentioned, but naive, selfish, weak, with a Messiah complex. And I realized that I had nothing. Everything that I had in my life was a gift. I was so ignorant to the world. And so here I am, 10 years later, telling you that story. And I am so glad that I didn't save any souls that summer. Because I think the soul that needed saving the most was my own. And I think I got a good start that summer. And I also think I got a newfound appreciation for Taco Bell.